Even though I've checked out the first one, part one, bro, I still can't believe this, bro. I can't believe it, bro. Today we have Brits are stunned to learn how much poorer they are than Americans. Part 2. We did check out part 1 on my other channel. I will start posting more British, UK, Europe reactions on this channel as well. So hit that sub button if you are new here. Comment down below other things I should react to. Let's get right into it.
A couple of weeks ago, I came here to ask British people where they think the UK would rank as an American state out of wealth, and it went viral. It was the most viewed video I've ever made, where I got to keep my clothes on. I got an email from some bloke called Mr. Beast asking me to stop stealing his audience. But I did get a couple of people saying, there's only 6 people in your video. So I thought I'd come back, challenge accepted, and get some more. If Britain was an American state, obviously there's 50 states, how many states do you think are richer than us, how many poorer in terms of GDP per capita?
How many are richer than us?
Yes, per capita.
Oh God, out of 51?
Yeah, well, out of 50.
Out of 50, we'd be the first, would we? Okay, I'd pure guess 10.
10. So you think 10 would be richer than us?
Well, I'm pretty sure Texas would be richer than us. Maybe California would be richer than us.
Yeah. I've got some horrible news.
This is crazy.
If Britain was an American state, we would be the 51st in GDP per capita, the poorest state. We've just been, so this is based on a study by the Institute of Economic Affairs. We've just been overtaken by Mississippi, the poorest American state.
I can't believe this. And even though I've checked out the first one, part 1, bro, I still can't believe this, bro. I can't believe it, bro. I can't believe it, honestly.
But what was really interesting is there was a survey of 3,000 British voters, and on average, the average Brit thought we'd be the 7th richest. So actually, you did better than average.
Okay.
And so there's a huge disconnect between how wealthy British people think they are and how wealthy we actually are.
Yeah.
I mean, why do you think that would be?
I guess it's probably from years of. I think we're adjusting, aren't we, as a nation, from a producing economy to, I guess, a service economy seems to be the way forward, and America kind of covers all of that, and we're sort of diminishing a bit on the world stage.
If Britain was an American state, there's 50 American states.
Yeah.
In terms of GDP per capita, how many do you think are richer than the UK? How many are poorer?
How many states are richer than the UK?
Yeah, in GDP per capita, and how many are poorer?
Probably quite a few, maybe 30 or 40, I would say.
Are richer than the UK?
Yeah.
So you think the UK is sort of about 40th, 30, 40th, something like that?
I have to think about it. You've got the West Coast states are pretty wealthy. East Coast states are pretty wealthy. You've got Texas in there. Others, I mean, yeah, maybe Southern, UK would come in the middle. I'm going to pitch 25. Okay, so,
I'm going to shock you. There's been a new study, it's by the Institute of Economic Affairs. The UK would be the 51st, the poorest American state in terms of GDP per capita. We've been overtaken by Mississippi, the poorest American state.
I was going to say, like Mississippi, Arkansas.
Yeah, we've just been overtaken by Mississippi and Alabama, the 2 poorest American states.
Okay, wow. That surprised me.
But what was interesting, because obviously your prediction was actually pretty good, because the 3,000 British people were surveyed, and the average result was they thought we'd be 7th out of 50, whereas we'd actually be 51st. So you did significantly better than the average.
Well, I know, especially under the last sort of 2 to 3 governments, we've slipped so far down compared to wealth in America. We used to be a little bit more on par, but America is a lot wealthier than we are now.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Which leads to the question, why do British people think we're richer than we are? Why do we not realise we're poorer than Americans?
I think it's historically they think we're, one of these very wealthy countries. Compared to others. Also, maybe they haven't realised where America is and has maintained. But we're in a real mess right now. Absolute, what Starmer has done to this country is a disaster.
If Britain was an American state, if we were the 51st state, how many states do you think would be richer than us and how many poorer than us per capita?
Oh, that's a big question.
It is a big question.
Jeez.
We ask the big questions on this channel.
Oh,
no apologies.
God. Fuck knows.
do you think we're richer than any states?
So I think we're probably in the middle.
Interesting. So it's like sort of 25 out of 50.
Yeah, I'd say in the middle.
because that a lot of people say that. Unfortunately, it's not right.
Oh, right, okay.
So there's been a new study by the Institute of Economic Affairs. The UK is now poorer per capita than all 50 American states.
Is it?
Yeah, we've been overtaken.
Shit.
We've been overtaken by Mississippi, the poorest American state. But what's really interesting is there was a survey done by the same group. 3,000 British voters, the average answer was they thought we would be the 7th richest state if we were an American state. We'd actually be the 51st.
I wonder what the 7 states
your
are
guess
that
was
they
actually
put
significantly
above them.
better than like the average British public. So there's a huge gap.
I think I wanted to say lower, but I was being over optimistic, hoping that it was. Yeah, hoping that Britain was better than it obviously clearly is.
There's 50 American states. If Britain was an American state, how many states do you think would be
somewhere.
richer than us? How many would be poorer than us?
In terms of GDP per capita or total?
GDP per capita. I should have clarified that.
I would probably say maybe about 35 or so.
Oh, richer than us?
Yeah, richer than us, I think so.
So we'll be in the bottom half, but still
Yeah.
relatively wealthy.
Yeah.
Okay, so unfortunately...
I got that really wrong.
Well, so yes, but no. So there's been a big study by the Institute of Economic Affairs.
Okay.
The UK is now poorer than every single American
single.
state in terms of GDP per capita. We've been overtaken by Mississippi, the
The
poorest
worst
state.
thing about that is if you take out London from that, I guarantee we'd probably
It gets
be worse
much
than a lot
worse.
of other places.
Yeah.
Yeah.
mean, y'all
But what's
already the worst
interesting
of
is
the
there was a
worst. They can't
survey
get
of
no worse
3,000
than
British
that.
adults or voters, I think it was, and on average they thought that if we were an American state,
Yeah.
we'd be the 7th richest,
Yeah.
not the 51st.
Yeah.
So actually, you did a lot better than the average Brit.
Yeah.
Which kind of leads to the question: why do you think that Brits think we're much richer than we are?
If he was to interview me, bruh, I would have never. I think I would have went higher, bruh. I would have said at least top 20, bruh. I would have thought British is at least top 20. You know what I'm saying? I look at Britain. I thought they were like a wealthy country. You know what I mean? I've never visited there. It was just outside looking in. But yeah, I would at least put them top 10, top 15, top 20, somewhere around there, bruh.
I mean, I do geography at university, so
Yeah.
human geography, so it's a bit similar to what I'm studying at the minute. But I think, due to maybe the wealth effect and stuff, but people have this false idea of actually maybe how it used to be when they used to go abroad and spend their money compared to what it is now. And I myself, I'm 19. I was thinking of maybe moving off to university because I just don't
Dang,
think
he's
that the
19,
youth
this
job
nigga
prospects
like
are there
30.
currently. I don't think that the tax system currently is, supporting entrepreneurs. And so, yeah, I think other places there's more opportunity.
If Britain was an American state, there's 50
Bro is
states.
19.
How many states do you think would be richer than us? How many would be poorer than us? I know it's a difficult question.
I want to say 20 would be poorer than us.
24. So you think we would be in the top 30?
Yeah.
Interesting. And would you agree with that?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay,
Yeah.
so I'm going to possibly shock you. There's been a new study by the Institute of Economic Affairs. We would be the poorest state. We would be if we were an American state, we would be the 51st state. We would be poorer than Mississippi, which is the poorest American state in GDP per capita. Does that surprise you?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
That's a surprise.
Yeah, that's really
That's
weird.
crazy.
Yeah.
And so
That's
why
really
do you think
wild,
it
yeah.
is that the Brits think? Because there was also a survey of 3,000 British people were surveyed, and actually you did better than the average because the average Brit thought that we'd be 7th richest, and we'd actually be 51st. Why do British people think we're richer than we actually are?
I'm not sure. Isn't it because aren't we like in the G7?
We are, yeah, we are, but obviously so is America.
Yeah, but I guess we're like historically quite a rich nation.
But do you think that, because since the financial crisis, our economy's been stagnating, GDP per capita has not increased that much at all, whereas America's carried on growing, and a lot of British people just don't realise that at all. Does that surprise you at all?
Kind of, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm still shocked, guys. Like, I still can't believe it, man. If you guys were in the street interview and he asked you guys what spot do you think Great Britain was in this, where would y'all have placed him without knowing, you know what I'm saying, that was the poorest? Like I said I would have said around top 20 at least. I would have said at least top 20, top 15. You feel me? Not the poorest, not the 51st state. That's wild. Comment down below what y'all think. Where would y'all have placed them? But I hope you guys enjoy my reaction, my commentary. If you did, smash that like, sub channel, guys. Stay tuned for next for y'all. Peace.